Evening everyone, and welcome along to a training session. This is our first one in the series that we're going to do, and basically what it is it's going to get you and your dog prepared for the season. Because maybe you have a dog you trained yourself, maybe you've bought a trained dog, or maybe you've sent your dog to be trained. And all summer you've done nothing with the dog. Months have passed. Well, the dog will have forgotten a few things. The dog will definitely have forgotten a few things, as will you. And it's no harm to sharpen both you and the dog up for the season, because if you're like me, the most important part of shooting for me was always watching a good dog. And I've always had to have a good dog. And I have a good dog here in Earl. You all know Earl, Duke's son. You see him, he's the handsomest Springer I think there is. He's a beautiful, beautiful dog. But that's no good if he can't hunt and if he's not trained. So I think over these few weeks you'll get to see how good this lad is. He is, of course, my stud dog, throwing lovely pups, and you'll get to see him work. But the main thing I'm going to do is just show you how to sharpen up your dog and have it ready for the season. The first thing I'm going to do is we're going to do dropping on the whistle. Okay, we're going to teach your dog to drop on the whistle, or just sharpen your dog up. If your dog is already doing it, just sharpen them up. The whistle I use is a 210.5. So what you need is a whistle and a lead, a few dummies or tennis balls. That's all you need. Okay, so we'll take it from there. Put your lead on your dog and off we go. I hope you're all well, by the way. Now, good boy, good boy. Just tell your dog, walk on. Good boy. One pip of the whistle. Not loud, not deafening, just that's all you need. That's all you need to drop your dog. If you find that you have to be blowing the end off the whistle and your dog isn't listening to you, please put the whistle in your pocket and go home. Start again tomorrow. If you get frustrated, start again tomorrow. There's two very important things you need when training. I call them the 2 P's. One of them is patience and the other one is persistent. You must be patient with your dog. It's a pupil. It's learning. It's young, more than likely 7-8 months old. It's young. All this training it's new to it, so you have to be patient with it. Persistent, you must keep doing the same thing every day, but not for too long. 20-minute session is all you'll ever need with your dog. You can do it twice a day if your dog is able for it. But don't be out for hours and hours and hours with your dog. It will get fed up and it will stop doing what you've asked. So patience and persistent. But most important, you must have a gentle hand. Train with a gentle hand. Your dog must want to do it for you, because it loves you, not because it's afraid of you. So please train with a gentle hand. Don't be rough with your dog. If you're going to be rough with a dog, don't get a dog, please. So that's it. Dropping on the whistle. If your dog isn't dropping on the whistle, if it stays standing up or whatever, just gently press down, just lightly, just press down on the back of the dog as you blow the whistle. So it associates the noise of the whistle with it going down. Okay? Go again. Now if you find your dog is sniffing the ground, you'll notice here I've picked a bit of ground that there's not a lot of foliage in or anything. You don't want your dog, as you're doing this task, with its nose to the ground. Just bring the lead up quite close to the ears. So bring it up, keep it quite up, and it just gives you more control of your dog. Walk on. It gives you more control. Keep its head up and drop it. Okay, now you've trained your dog already, so it's probably able to do this. So you can move on a little bit. What I would do then is, don't let your dog see you. Praise it. Good boy, good boy. And as you're praising, you see my lead? I just drop my lead down on the dog's back. So it feels the lead, so it still feels attached. And tell it to stay. Stay. Just take a step away and stand. If you have to, just say, stay. Even maybe keep your hand out there. Stay. Now, the temptation here is to call your dog in. Well, don't do that, because your dog, don't ever let your dog second guess you. Your dog will be anticipating that you're going to call it in. So keep its attention. Click your fingers, whatever. Make sure your dog is looking at you and walk back in. Don't move straight away. Just stand there so your dog is here. Now, what am I doing here? As you can see, look at this dog. This dog is in the perfect position to present, isn't it? Look, present. Head up, sitting down, chin up, look. So I can take the dummy, the bird or whatever in time to come. So walk in, get your dog looking up like that, and then praise under the chin. Always rub your dog under the chin. It encourages it to keep its head up. Praise it, good boy, stay. Take a step back again. Wait a few seconds. Walk to the side. Walk to the other side. All the time keeping your dog in eye, always watching your dog. And you know, if you start to watch your dog, you will see, before the dog actually moves, you will see it get ready to move. So maybe you have to say, stay. Now, your voice is very important, and I suppose that's why I've been successful with dogs. I can raise my voice, you know, stay, and make it quite loud, you know, stay. You have to do that. You can't whisper to your dog all day. Whisper and praise. When you're going into praise, good boy, nice and soft, good boy. So he associates a soft voice with me being happy. Stay. But if he started to move, and I want to stop him there, I go, stay. So he knows, oh, I've done something wrong. John has raised his voice higher than normal, so I better stop. So that's what you do. Just go back in again, stay. Take the lead up. Either give 2 pips of the whistle just to walk your dog on. That's what I do. I find by doing this it teaches your dog to turn. You know, 2 pips of the whistle, or just say walk on. Good boy. Good boy. You can see he's happy. Good boy. And again. Now, you don't have to walk in a circle like I am. I'm walking in a circle because otherwise I'd go out of camera. But you can walk in a straight line. But I do advise, be it somewhere that there is not a lot of scent or not a lot of distraction, that you can work with your dog without it seeing something running off. It's hard enough to train without it doing that. So now you've done this. Now, I don't want you to move as fast as I'm moving, but I have a lot of work to get through. So I'm going to show you maybe what will take you a few days to do. I'm going to show you in a few minutes. But please, as I say, don't move on until your dog is doing it. So if you're walking around with your dog and you're blowing the whistle to tell it to sit and it's standing up, then you have to do what I said. You've got to lean on the dog, just lightly press down on the dog at the same time as you blow the whistle. Okay? So if you're at that stage, stay at that stage. This is not a race. There's no race here. We have months to get our dogs ready, so please don't rush it. Because if you move from one position to another or one stage to another and you haven't mastered this one, then by the time you finish this one, he'll have forgotten the first one. So do this every time until it's 100% right. 20 minutes twice a day or 20 minutes once a day. Don't do it too often. But don't move on until you're ready. But I can, because he sits staying. Look, he sits staying. I can walk around. He's fine. He's fine. Now we want to give him temptation. Okay? You want to tempt him. So, like any dog, they love a tennis ball. They love a tennis ball. So get your tennis ball. Okay? We're not going to train. This is not a test to see how good your dog is. This is to train your dog and get it ready for the season. So we're not going to throw it across its nose straight away. You know, because if it bowls, then it's undone the sit stay. So what you do is, I'm going to bounce it here. Okay? But as you can see, I'm between the dog and the ball. So if the dog made a go, wanted to go, I can stop it. I can put down my hand and stop it. Okay? So what I'm going to do is this. Just going to bounce the ball. He didn't go. But if he did, I could have stopped him. Okay? I could have stopped him. So that's what I want you to do. Get between the dog and the target. Drop the target and be there. Okay? So do that. Later on, when your dog isn't moving, then you can roll it across. Then you can roll it across. But until your dog isn't moving from the first thing, don't do the second. Stay. Okay? As you can see, I still have the lead attached. So he feels a bit, he still feels secure that, oh, I can't move. And you do that. Now, I've shown you before, if you go back in my videos, you may see it. I have a special lead for that purpose. And what it is, it's attached with 2 pieces of Velcro. It just Velcros in together. Put it around, it Velcros in together. Just, maybe you have a dog that's not as obedient as this lad. He sees a rabbit or a hare or a bird and he runs off into the bushes and you lose sight of him. Well, there's nothing worse than him trailing a lead around his neck. He could get caught and choke. So just do that. I'll explain it. I'll explain it now. You just buy 2 pieces of Velcro, the male piece and the female piece. You get your lead, measure around the dog's neck. Okay, that's about the size. Stay. That's about the size. You attach the male piece here, stitch it on, the female piece, stitch it on here, and you just put them together and it makes that collar. But if your dog, as I say, runs off and gets caught in something, it unattaches. So your dog is safe. Stay. After a while you can stay. After a while then, once you master everything else, you can take off the lead altogether. Roll the ball. Few dummies. Stay. And when you're able to do that, I think your dog is staying then. I think it's okay. We'll move on to the next one. So I'm going to leave it at that for this evening. So basically we'll go back over what I said. You start your dog walking in a circle motion or up and down, it doesn't matter. Put it on the lead and have it on the lead, blow the whistle, get your dog to sit. If it's not sitting, just encourage it. Just as you blow the whistle, just lean down on the dog. Once it's doing that, you tell it to stay. You take a few steps back. You don't call your dog forward. We'll work on the recall again. You go back in, because otherwise the dog will second guess. So every time you stand up, the dog will be expecting you to call it in and it will run to you. Okay, then you keep doing that. Then you tease it. You stand between your dog and the target, drop the target, just making sure the dog can't move because you're here to stop it. Okay, then you can move away. You can roll the ball across. Only move on to the next one when you've conquered the one you're on. Thank you, and please enjoy it. Be nice to your dog. When you're finished, good boy. When you're finished, make a big fuss. There we go. Come here. Sit. Good boy. When you're finished, make a big fuss. Come on, here. One will do. Come here. Sit. Good boy. Get the other one. Good boy, here. And sit. Good boy. Make a big fuss of your dog. Enjoy your training because it is enjoyable. And just come here. Stay. There's nothing more rewarding than being out with a good dog. Take care. Thanks for watching.